on Hawaiian punch. Oh, you like all this gush? Oh no, you can't get enough. Sipping on Hawaiian punch.
Hey, my name is Adeline Warren, and you're listening to Girl Talk. I like to say that I'm the big sister of the internet. You can watch me fuck up all you want, but hey, maybe we can learn something from it. I hope you enjoy. The rain is so out there, so won't you hear my prayer? Good morning. Hey bitch, how you doing? Today first of all, I had a lot of coffee, so I really apologize in advance. Second of all, do you like my neon sign? I don't know if you're watching the YouTube video, but I put up my new neon sign. It says the world is yours. I got it on Amazon. The last one, I literally ordered the exact same one because I'm dumb. Hopefully this one doesn't break. Hopefully she's good. Maybe I got a default one last time. But today I really wanted to talk about solo travel because I used to be like, oh, I'm an independent person. I used to do stuff all the time by myself. I go to Starbucks by myself. I get coffee by myself. But I've never fully lived by myself, let alone traveled, kind of by myself until just right now. Like, I am living alone in Paris, and it's my first time ever living alone. Every time that I've ever lived in LA or anywhere, even at my house in Canada, I've always lived with people like my dad or like Andre or someone. And this is really the first time that I'm living basically on the other side of the world and alone. And it gets really scary, but this is like what I wanted to do. I would be in my bed and I'd be like, why did I move here? Like, this was such a waste of money. Like, I shouldn't have done it. And then there's moments where I'm like, fuck, like, this is why I wanted to come here. Like, traveling to the south of France by myself and like meeting up with one of my girlfriends. Like, this is the shit the reason why I even wanted to come here in the first place. And I feel like so many girls my age, like 25-ish, they have like their European girl summers. But this is the first time that I really had like a European girl summer, like by myself. And it's very liberating and it's very empowering to do things by yourself, traveling by yourself. Like, I would take planes like Canada to Toronto or Toronto to LA, and like I would take planes by myself all the time, but never in Europe. Whether you're searching for the latest sneaker drop, that iconic handbag, a timeless watch, or your next piece of classic jewelry, eBay authenticators are there verifying every detail of your purchase. Yeah, we're talking each inch, each stitch, each tick, each facet, and each clasp that makes the piece you're searching for worthy of your collection. eBay's authenticators are experts in their craft, true connoisseurs, and as leaders in their fields, they're making sure your items always arrive as authentic as your style. So go ahead, get that piece you've always wanted, and leave it up to the meticulous eye of eBay authenticators to make sure that watch movement is original, that glimmer is real gold, and that rare sneaker is legit, or that handbag is really made of genuine leather, and never get faked over ever again. In a world full of fakes, it's time to get real with eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms. This episode is sponsored by Prose. No one has hair like yours, so why would you want to settle for a mass-produced one-size-fits-all hair care? Personally, I would love to improve my overall shine of my hair. Since making the switch to made-to-order hair care with Prose, I can honestly say I've never been more in love with my hair. First, Prose starts by asking you about your hair goals, like shininess. Their in-depth consultation also asks you about you as a person. Next, Prose analyzed all my answers and handpicked clean, sustainably sourced ingredients to help me reach my hair goals. I use the custom shampoo and conditioner. Custom made-to-order hair care with Prose is the key to achieving all your hair goals this year. Take your free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order today. Go to prose.com/girltalk. That's prose.com/girltalk for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off. And traveling in Europe is so different. I would almost say it's like elite here. First of all, the tickets are so cheap. This is the reason why I even went on the on this trip in the first place. The flights were so fucking cheap, bitch. I'm like, oh my god, why for a 1-hour flight? I swear, Toronto to New York, flights can cost maybe $1,000. Flights from Paris to south of France, so like Nice, they can be from like 50 to maybe $100. Like, it's so cheap here. And you could take the train, it's even cheaper. It could be like $25. Like, oh my god, it's so much cheaper here. I was even talking to my friend because he grew up in London and he was like, welcome to Europe. It's a lot cheaper here. Traveling is so much better here. And I was like, now I get it. I get why people go on these like European trips, because you can really hop from country to country to country so easily and cheap if you really want to, which is amazing. But I wanted to talk, I got some questions. I asked you guys some questions on my spam account. It's not Adeline on Instagram, about solo travel or just travel in general. And I thought that I would answer some for you guys. And I also want to tell you about my trip to South of France, because I just need to recap it. It was so much fun. But let's get into the questions first. Will you ever become a travel agent? I mean, I feel like it is my calling. I love looking into like things to do around the world. I love travel vlogs. I will watch, if I'm going somewhere like South of France, I literally plan the day of. I will watch travel vlogs. I will watch TikToks. I will literally obsess over it until I'm there, so that I make sure that I'm going to the coolest spots. Any trips when it comes to feeling homesick? I don't know what to say, because I feel homesick all the time. And there's moments where I'm literally like sobbing and I'm like, I didn't make the right decision. I miss my family so much. I miss my friends so much. Like, especially right now, it's like 3 p.m. right now and nobody's awake. Nobody's awake. I mean, what time is it in Toronto actually? It's 6 a.m. in LA and 9 a.m. in Toronto. So people are just waking up, but like my day is almost done, you know? It's like the afternoon, it's 3 p.m. I did my day. Like, you should be coming back from school at this point, you know what I mean? So it does get really lonely. Feeling homesick, I think, you know, scheduling calls with your friends and your family. I don't know if, even for me, I could go a long period of time without, you know, seeing someone, as long as I have a date to look forward to. So I don't know. I plan for my mom and my sister, and I'm flying them out to see me, and they're going to come next week. I'm so excited. It's like something to look forward to. So I don't know if maybe even if you can't fly out your family or fly out, you know, your friends, you could always like schedule FaceTimes, and just having stuff to look forward to, because I hate feeling homesick, and it's the worst feeling in the world. You feel like half of you is like at home or in Canada, or half of you is in LA, and half of you is here, and you just feel like, you know, half of your heart is missing, and it's like, you know, you miss your friends. But I don't know. It's very normal. And even when I do these little travels and I get Blue a babysitter, I'm like, I miss Blue. Like, do you guys ever go on vacation and you're like, fuck, I miss my dog? And I'm like, why did I spend all this money to go on vacation just to miss my dog the whole time? You know what I mean? Also, I posted a clip on TikTok, and someone was like, not me thinking you're talking into a hairdryer. Does this look like a fucking hairdryer? Does my mic look like a fucking hairdryer? Fuck. I don't know. Next question. Someone said, have you made any new friends? I have, and I'm so excited. It actually has helped that a lot of my friends are visiting here. So I will go out to my friends, and then some of my friends will bring like local Parisians. So I've been able to make friends that way. I also found this girl on TikTok. She literally moved from New York to Paris, and she also has her Frenchie. So we met up. I met a girl at like Joe and the Juice, and we were supposed to get lunch. But it's hard putting yourself out there, especially me. I'm like super awkward in real life. Like, it's easy for me to like DM people and like do it online, because I don't know, I'm like awkward in real life. I don't know. Do you ever feel like that? Like, I can like email people, I could DM people, I can like text people, but when I'm in real life, I literally am like the most awkward fucking human being. So, have you made any new friends? Yes, and I hope to make some more. It's actually crazy, the difference between a couple days ago when it was May versus June 1st, the amount of tourists that are here. It's so crazy between the days. It's so insane. Next question. Someone said, what are your favorite core memories that you've made while in Paris? I think that this is a good segue into talking about the trip, the little 24 hours in South of France trip. Are you down for it? I hope you got some popcorn. Let's talk about it. I'm ready to spill all the fucking tea, because I did a little TikTok about it, but I didn't actually like tell you all the fucking tea, bitch. Like, we literally got kicked out of a fucking yacht. So my one girlfriend, she's here in Paris. She's having like a solo moment, eat, pray, love moment. And she came to France. Like, this is her trip. She wanted to come here this whole time. You know, you plan these trips with your friends, and a lot of times they're like, oh, like, I can't go. Let's go next year. Let's keep pushing it. And she was like, guys, fuck, like, I'm just going to go by myself. So that's what she did. Queen, honestly. So she came here. We went out in Paris. She's the same friend that I went out with the same night that we went out with fucking Jay-Z and fucking Beyonce at, I think it was called Lac. That was a really fun club experience. And I did like a whole story time because it was impossible to get in because I didn't realize at the time, but Beyonce and Jay-Z were fucking there. So long story short, they were like, nobody else is getting in. And like, it's crazy because there were so many gorgeous girls at the fucking club. Like, I don't know how it works here in Europe, but at least in America, you have gorgeous girls in the club. You know what I mean? To get all of the guys with money to spend bottles and like buy bottles and make more money for the club. That's just how it works in America. And if you think that's not how it works in America, I'm sorry, don't talk to me. Like, that's the way that it is. So I don't think that it's like that in Europe. A lot of people were responding to me and they're like, oh girl, like there's like tons of gorgeous girls like waiting out in line, like they really don't give a fuck. And I'm like, damn, they really do make you wait in line. So me and my friend, we were dressed to the nines. We were really excited to go into this club because I went here previously and it was so much fun. And the guy goes, hey guys, like, we're not letting anyone else in unless you have a reservation, you're not getting in. So I was talking to these other girls and it's so funny. They're from Texas, and we were talking to them, and they were so cute. They were so nice. And we were like, we need to get in. Like, guys, we're getting in. And then eventually they gave up. They're like, oh, we're just going to go to another club. I saw her TikTok on my feed recently, and I was like, girl, didn't I see you at the club? But if she would have stayed, I would have helped her get in. Anyways, I tried multiple things. Like, there was guys with bottles, and I tried, like, you know, they were going in the bottle entryway, and I was like trying to walk in on that side, and then the guy goes, whoop, nope. And I'm like, what, I'm with them? And he's like, no, you're not, bitch. And I was like, yeah, I know I'm not. So that didn't work. Next up, I went up to the guy, and I was like, I have a bottle. And he was like, no, you don't, bitch. Get to the back of the line. And then finally, these girls were God sent. These French girls came out of the club and they were like, oh, we want to sell our tickets because we paid to get in. It was like $30 tickets to get into the club. And they were like, oh, we bought them for $30. We'll sell it to you for $20. And I was like, fuck yeah. And they were like, okay, just tell them that you went out for a smoke and that you want to get back in and these are your tickets. And I was like, okay. So we buy the tickets. I literally PayPal these girls like $40. And I'm like, we better fucking get in. I go up to the bouncer and I'm like, hey, like, I just went out for a smoke. Like, this is so ridiculous. Like, they're telling me to get to the back of the line. Like, I was already inside. He was like, you're already inside? And I was like, yes. And he was like, okay, come in. And then me and my friend, she's like, how did you do that? How did you get us in? And I was like, we were already in. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, we went out for a smoke. And she was like, girl, you're crazy. You're psycho. Like, I'm the type of person that if I have to lie, I will convince myself that it's true. I don't know if that makes me like a fucking like pathological liar. But I don't lie about anything big. I lie about, you know, the small things, like getting into the club. So we got into the club and it was actually really fun. It was just super busy. And I knew like near the back of the club at Lac, there's like tiers of tables. And it's really, really, really nice. And it's really big. I wanted to show it to her, but it was just way too fucking packed. And I was like, I just want to have fun. I just want to dance. So we ended up staying at the front of the club. The next day I look on TikTok and it turns out that fucking Jay-Z and Beyonce were fucking there. What the fuck? Anyways, I was like, fuck, we should have went to the back. They were literally ordering bottles of like Ace of Spades and it looked like so much fun, but it's okay. It's okay. It's just, I'm literally the most delulu person that you will ever meet in your entire life. I will say that I went partying with Jay-Z and Beyonce, even though I did not see them. But anyways, going back to the south of France. So my friend, she went from Paris to the south of France and I think it was like a Friday at the time. I had no plans for the whole weekend. And I was like, fuck, like, I guess I'll just read my book this weekend, like take it really relaxed, super chill. And then I was like, Adeline, you did not go to Paris. You did not go to Europe to fucking read your book and be fucking chill. You came to Europe to explore the city, or explore the continent, explore all of the countries, explore the cities. Like, this is not what you're meant to do. You're meant to be traveling. So I was like, okay, I love my friend. I love my girlfriend. I hit her up and I was like, hey girl, like, I know you're in the south of France. Like, whereabouts are you? Like, would you kill me if I meet you there? And she was like, yes, please. You would literally make my day if you met me. This was Friday. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So within like 2 hours, I got Blue a babysitter and I booked my ticket with Air France and I went on my plane. I booked it, I think at like 12 p.m. And my plane was, I think, at like 5, so I left around like 3:30. I did my hair and makeup, so I didn't want to bring any hair and makeup. I just brought my little carry-on bag, and I was off. And we left, I think I left at 5:30, and I landed around 7, got into Nice, the airport, and then we drove over to Cannes. It took about like 30 minutes to an hour to drive over there because of the traffic, but immediately once I landed, my friend was already like talking to these guys and they were like, order whatever you want, and I was like, hell yeah, give me a shot of fucking vodka or tequila. So we take shots, and then we kind of like, where was this? I think this was like at Annex Beach Club. So we left Annex Beach Club because we were invited to this yacht. And I was like, girl, it is my like mission. We are getting on a yacht on this trip. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when, but we're going to do it. And I believe in us and I know that we are. Literally, I am the most delusional person that you ever fucking meet. But it always works in my favor. I literally have lucky girl syndrome. Anyways, we get invited to this yacht and this guy goes, oh, come to my yacht. It is like right beside where they have Cannes Film Festival. And then he sends us a video of like where it is. And we're like, okay, we're on the way. So we Ubered to the dock. I think that's what it is. I don't know. With all of the expensive yachts. You guys, Cannes is just like, there's so many rich people. Monaco, Cannes, like Saint Chopay, like all of those places are where all of the rich people are. So we're walking by all these million, gazillion, I don't know how fucking expensive dollar yachts. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, I can't believe that I'm here right now. I'm so glad that I booked this cheap ass flight to be here. And I didn't just stay home to read my book, you know? So we're walking down the dock of like all these $1 million yachts. And I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? So we're trying to figure out from the video, like which one is his. We finally get there and this is, I guess, a little crunchy. I always feel like the nights that start out the crunchiest end up being the most fun. So, you know, there's that. But we get to the yachts and we find the guy's yacht, which we were supposed to go on. So we get on the yacht and then I think there was just like confusion. But yeah, my friend is just basically asking the question, like, you know, what is going on with the boat? They're cleaning the boat. Like, is this person here? Like, where is he? And she's like, where is this attitude? And she's like, no. Like, I basically like kind of stepped in and I was like, there's no attitude. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I think it's just like we're confused because we were invited here and like we don't know what's going on. And she's like, ugh, whatever. And I'm like, uh-oh. And then her friend goes, by the way, she's the sister of the guy that owns the yacht. And I'm like, I'm sorry, like there's no attitude. Like, so the guy finally comes down and he's like, oh, like, hi, it's nice to meet you. And then they kind of like are meeting. And as they're talking, I literally fucking kid you not, because my friend was like, oh my God, like, do you think that was like kind of awkward? Like, was I actually giving her attitude? And I was like, no. Like, I think you're overthinking it. Like, I think maybe like, you know, everybody's a little hungry. Like, everybody's a little sensitive right now. Like, I don't think that anything really bad happened. She's like, Adeline, I don't know. I just like have a bad feeling about this. And I'm like, no, you're overthinking. Like, don't worry. It's fine. Like, I think that there's just miscommunication, especially the language barrier and stuff like that. So I kid you not, as she's talking to the fucking guy, the mom, you guys, the fucking mom of the guy that owns the yacht comes to us being like, you cannot talk to my daughter like this, not with that tone of attitude. And I was like, oh my fucking God, what the fuck is going on? you know when you say something and then someone with that speaks a different language asks like, huh? And then you ask and then you say it again, but like in a less nice tone. Like that's basically how it was. So I don't want anyone thinking that like, you know, my friend was giving them attitude or anything. I think that it was just really just the language barrier and like they didn't understand. And then it's like, you know, it's like, huh? Like I don't understand, like, huh? So that's, I think, why they think that there was attitude. So the mom fucking goes up to us and they're like, you cannot talk to my daughter with that attitude. And then I'm like, oh my God. Like, my friend was, my friend was just like, I step in and I'm like, I'm so sorry. We don't mean to give like any attitude. Like, I'm so sorry if like it came across like that. Like, we really don't mean any harm or anything. Like, we were just asking a question. Like, I guess nobody like understood. So we were just wondering. And then the guy basically goes, okay, guys, I think that this is a little awkward. So I think you guys should go. And we literally go like, what the fuck just happened? The fucking mom, the daughter went off to the mom to go tell on the mom. And then the mom came to us and we were like, what the fuck? Oh my God. That was like the probably like, and I have to admit, like, I think I was still a little drunk in that situation. So I don't know. I think it was all just a big misunderstanding. But my friend was like, should I sock the mom? And I was like, no, bitch. Like, fuck, like, don't fucking sock the mom. And she was like, they're following us? Because we left the yacht. She was like, they're following us. I'm going to suck her. And I'm like, no, bitch, you're not doing that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't be doing that. So yeah, we basically got kicked off of the yacht. But it was really cool to like, you know, be on a yacht in Cannes, even though it was maybe for like 1 minute. And it was really expensive. It was so huge. But I have to admit, girl, the guy was not cute. He really did look like SpongeBob SquarePants, but it was a fun experience. But I think it was a blessing in disguise that we got kicked off because it like they weren't playing music. It wasn't really like a party vibe. And I was like, why? How are you gonna like even though you own a yacht, like why would you, you know, invite a date over, you know, while your mom and your sister, like it's a little awkward. And like, you know, even if it was me, if it was in the opposite situation and like there was a random girl and she's like, hey, like what's going on? I'd be like, kind of like, girl, this is like my yacht. Like, what are you talking about? So I understand the situation, but I'm like, why would that guy invite girls over with his family? Like, I don't know. It's very weird. They weren't playing music. It wasn't like a party vibe. It was just like they were unwinding. They were like washing the boat. So that's why we were confused. And like, I don't know. I think my whole thing is I don't understand why you would invite girls over when your family is there. What the fuck? Who invites girls over to your boat or your house or anywhere while your family is fucking there? Like what? Especially when they're drunk. Like, bitch, what are you thinking? Whether you're searching for the latest sneaker drop, that iconic handbag, a timeless watch, or your next piece of classic jewelry, eBay authenticators are there verifying every detail of your purchase. Yeah, we're talking each inch, each stitch, each tick, each facet, and each clasp that makes the piece you're searching for worthy of your collection. eBay's authenticators are experts in their craft, true connoisseurs, and as leaders in their fields, they're making sure your items always arrive as authentic as your style. So go ahead, get that piece you've always wanted, and leave it up to the meticulous eye of eBay authenticators to make sure that watch movement is original, that glimmer is real gold, and that rare sneaker is legit, or that handbag is really made of genuine leather, and never get faked over ever again. In a world full of fakes, it's time to get real with eBay Authenticity Guarantee. Everyone deserves real. Visit ebay.com for terms.
My name when you go in it.
Yeah, that happened, but I think it was a blessing in disguise because we ended up going to, I think, Bali. It is like a dinner / club area. It's very famous and like everybody always goes there for Cannes Film Festival. And it was so much fun, you guys. We walk in and we recognize the people that we saw at the day club. So we go and sit at their table. And they were so nice, you guys. I know you're thinking like, oh, they're probably like sugar daddies, like blah, 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 blah. Like you guys were like flirting with people. And like, you're like, don't you have a boyfriend? First of all, I just want to say, yes, I do have a boyfriend. Second of all, he doesn't care you know, if I'm on a yacht, like if I'm on a yacht, I will literally FaceTime him on the yacht and be like, look, we got on a yacht. And he's so supportive. Even when me and my girlfriends go out, he'll like send me money. He'll be like, don't ask guys for drinks at the bar. I'll just give you money and you can just like go out and have fun. Like he doesn't care. I go out all the time and I tell him everything that happens. We're very like trusting in our relationship, and I don't feel like I'm like hiding any secrets or anything like that. I even told what my friend told one of the guys. She's like, she's actually married and like she has a husband at home. I fully don't have a ring though. But yeah, the guys were so nice. They weren't like flirting with us at all. I think that they just wanted like girls at their table. Everyone's gonna watch this fucking like episode and think that I'm so fucking cringy. Who cares? I'm just having fun. I'm 25 years old, guys. So we're at this table with these guys and they're like, order whatever you want. And I'm like, really? They're like, yes, order whatever you want, whatever drinks, whatever food, whatever you want. And I'm like, damn. So they are constantly ordering bottles, and then we get food, and I swear I'm like recording on my phone of like all the food that's coming. They're putting it all right in front of me because I'm recording, and I'm like, oh my god, we got pasta, we got fucking potatoes, we got steak, we got like he be feeding me pasta and lobster. I literally was saying that while eating steak. I'm like, bitch, you're so drunk. Like there's a video of me fully saying he be feeding me pasta and lobster, and I'm literally eating a fucking steak. Like, girl, go home, you're blacked out. So we keep having drinks, we keep eating the food. It's such a vibe, and it's the type of restaurant they'll like turn off all of the lights and like they'll play, you know what they always play? So won't you hear my prayer? Give me your man after midnight. Europeans love that song. They love that, and all I need is your love tonight. They love those songs. I swear they were playing those songs like every 5 minutes on loop. But it was so fun. People would get their napkins and like waving around the table. I'd be standing on the chairs, and there was like bachelorettes happening. It was such a vibe. So if you're ever in south of France, Baoli is really fun. Just make sure that you make a reservation. But you know, we be eating our steak or whatever, medium rare. Okay, we be eating blub 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 down the throat. Thank you very much. They were so nice. I don't know what we did to deserve them. Like they were literally not bothering us all night, and they were just like feeding us for free, giving us drinks for free, and we are like, thank you. What the fuck? It's the lucky girl syndrome, bitch. I swear to God. Like, it's the lucky girl syndrome. If you believe that you're gonna go around the night and like have fun and be taken care, like, just believe it in your fucking soul. And I swear, bitch, I know people are gonna be like, oh, but like, you know, you like dress up, you wear makeup and stuff like that. No, like bitch, when I was ugly, like, you can fucking do it, bitch. I promise you. It's the lucky girl syndrome. Watch my fucking lucky girl syndrome episode. I don't know. People might be like, like, it's not that, like, I don't know. You have to fucking believe. It's like Peter Pan. You have to believe that you can fly. You have to believe that you are going to get tables and bottle service all night for you to be able to do it, okay? It's literally that, okay? Go watch fucking Peter Pan, bitch. It tells you everything that you need to know about lucky girl syndrome. Anyways, all night we're eating and we're having drinks, and then they even have like attached to the restaurant, there's this like club area where people are dancing, and it's so fun. But I wanted to go out all night, and I was like posting on my Speak account being like, hey, I hope that we go out all night so that I don't have to redo my makeup the next morning because I'll just like be awake. But my friend got really tired, and it's always, girl, if you aren't on girl code and if your friend is tired and you don't go home with her, you're fucking fake, bitch. You fucking fake. I am girl code 100%. If you're tired, I'm like, okay, you're tired. Let's get you an espresso martini. If the espresso martini doesn't work, it's okay. We could go home. So she got really tired. We ended up going home. But it was actually really fun. And I think that it was a blessing in disguise because, you know, I could go partying anytime that I want in Paris. But the next day I actually woke up early and I went to the beach club, which is honestly the main thing that I wanted to go to Paris for, or south of France for. Move your bum. Blue. Sorry. Blue's in the frame. But I think it was a blessing in disguise. It was actually, I think, the first weekend of summer in Europe, and it was packed. The difference between May 31st and June 1st in Paris and in south of France was crazy. Like, everybody decided June 1st, I am going to fucking Europe. Like, and there were so many tourists, which I love. Everybody was super nice, but it was just super packed. So I ended up going to the beach club. I got like literally the last chair possible. And it was really fun. I met up with a girl. She was from Switzerland. It's actually so crazy. Nice is so close to Switzerland. She told me, she said that the flight is only 40 minutes, whereas to Paris it's an hour and 15. And I'm like, girl, I didn't know that Switzerland was that close like that. She's like, yeah, there's a lot of Swiss people here. I was like, damn, I didn't know like that. So we became friends and we ordered a bottle together. We got some rosé. She was so fun, and she was like reading her book. I was reading my book. It was like Girl Boss Vibes. We love to see it. She was also a solo traveler. And we were just like talking about that. And then she went in the water and I was like, I'm praying for you. And she was like, fuck, bitch, it was cold. And I was like, it also helped. She's from the part of Switzerland where they speak French. So she was able to speak French to the waiter, and it was really nice. But it was just a vibe. It was such a vibe. And I actually think that I got pretty tan. Do you see my tan lines? I got pretty tan. She was so nice. She's like, if you need sunscreen or anything, I have it. And I was like, oh my God, I would love to borrow some sunscreen. And then I spray it. She's literally girls supporting fucking girls, bitch. How do I come across literally the nicest girls in the whole world? Like, she was just a whole vibe. So she let me use her sunscreen. She even gave me face sunscreen, bitch. Oh, what a fucking queen. I didn't even think to bring my sunscreen. So I put sunscreen on. She's like, if you need to reapply anytime, let me know. I'm like, what? I don't deserve you. What did I do in this world to deserve you, bitch? Like, you are literally sent from fucking God. Like, I fucking love you, bitch. But yeah, I was just reading my book. I was having a good time. We were drinking some wine. Some lady comes up to me and she was like, oh, would you like a massage? I wrote down the type of massage I got. So I think it was an Indonesian relaxology foot massage is what she offered. And she was just going around the beach club like saying, oh, I do massages. And I was like, oh girl, I gotta use a fucking massage. So I was like, hey, how much are your massages? And she tells me she does the Indonesian relaxology foot massage. And she's like, have you ever done it before? I was like, no. So she tells me that it's done with a stick. And she touches the pressure points in your foot to relax the muscles, to release any tension. She said that she even had like a client, she had back problems her whole life. And after she had her relaxation massage, she's been able to like surf and like snowboard, and like her back is like healed and everything. And I was like, damn, girl, I'll try that shit right now. Let's do it. So she gives me the massage, and it's like the craziest feeling. She's literally free feet content today. Good fucking morning. She's literally touching like the little pressure points on my foot. She's like, this is your fucking like your left eye, this is your right eye, this is your ear, this is your intestines, this is your fucking like the center of your fucking chakra. Like, she was telling me all these things. And she was like, just relax, like be in the moment, like just breathe. And it was so relaxing, you guys. After she did like a little like shoulder massage, and it was so relaxing. Oh my God. If you ever get the chance, I think you should try it. Like, it was very different. I normally just get a normal massage, which obviously feels really good. But the foot, girl, like, you don't, like, I saw something saying that like there's so many nerves in your foot, and there's so many like pressure points in your foot. I fucking believe it. I believe it. Call me crazy. Call it a scam. I don't know what you say, but I believe it. I believe in the Indonesian relaxology massage. It was actually really good. But yeah, she was really good. After I went in the water a little bit, it was actually freezing. It felt like a fucking like ice bath challenge. It was so cold. But yeah, I was so sad. I basically had to leave around like 3:30 because my flight was at 5:30. I honestly wish that I left a little bit later, because I was like, oh, online it says that for a domestic flight you should show up like 2 hours before. So I left 2 hours before. I show up to the airport, and like I don't even have a gate on the little teleprompter thing. I don't know what it is. And I ended up waiting there for like an hour and a half. I tried to get, because security took like 2 seconds. I tried to get on the earlier flight, and I was like, hey, like, I have a flight in an hour. Like, I was wondering if you had any extra seats. Like, can I hop on the earlier flight? He's like, no, we're fully booked. And I was like, no worries. I just wanted to ask. Like, and he was like, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But it was so sad. I got home. But I was actually really happy because I got to see Blue, and she was so happy to see me, even though it was such a quick trip. But yeah, it was really fun. And that was basically my trip to south of France. And I really hope for more trips, because I really want to go to I keep wanting to say St. Bart's, but that's not it. It's what the fuck? Saint Tropez. I really want to go to Saint Tropez because Cannes was really fun. We did Nice. I really want to do Saint Tropez because there's a lot of places on TikTok. They were like, you have to go here if you go to south of France. So I really, really, really want to visit. I also want to go to where Sophia Richie like got engaged. I don't know if you could just like, or got married. I don't know if you could just like go there, you know? Can you just go there and take photos? I don't know. Because I heard it's really, really, really expensive. But I don't know. It would be fun to just go there and take photos. You know what I mean? What if they have like a little cafe? You can hang out at the cafe, you know, see rich people, do their thing. Like, sugar daddies? No, I'm kidding. No. Guys, I'm joking. I know people are going to take it serious. I'm actually joking. Next up, someone said, what are tips/safety tips for solo travel? 100%. Make sure that your friends, your family member, someone that you trust has your location at all times. I give my location out like it's fucking like Christmas. Like I just give it. My mom has it. My dad has it. My brother, sister, my boyfriend, my best friends. Like everybody has my location. I don't know why people get so defensive about their location and like they don't send it, because I'm like, I literally have nothing to hide. Like I have nothing to hide. If anything, like if I do have anything to hide, like I would want you to have my location. Just in case anything bad happens. You know what I mean? I don't understand people who get so defensive about their location. I don't give a fuck. What are you going to do? Show up? Like, I don't know. If I don't trust you, I'm not going to give you my location. But my best friends, my family members, of course, I'm going to give you my location. So make sure you give your location out. Always tell people where you're going to be. Always make sure that you're walking on, you know, somewhere lit. Make sure that there's like street lights and stuff like that on busy streets. People always say, oh, like Uber, Lyft, like don't take. Girl, I would rather Uber Lyft because they have their driver profiles compared to like I don't know. Like I feel like taxis are still fine, but I would prefer Uber or Lyft. Also, I'm just nervous that taxi drivers, they see that you don't speak the language and then they see that you're a tourist. They're going to charge you more. You know what I mean? They take a longer route, the more scenic route, whatever, and they'll charge you more. So I'd rather just do an Uber. Here in Paris, people use the app Bolt and it's actually cheaper than Uber. That one's also really good. And you could get like nice Berlin, that's what it's called, Berlin drivers with like nice Mercedes Benz, and it's like literally $15. It's so cheap for like a 15-minute Uber, which compared to LA, that's really good. A 15-minute Uber, bitch, in a black car, you're talking about like 60, like $75, okay? It's pretty cheap compared to LA. Even Toronto, honestly. Always make sure that you're traveling with a portable charger. You never want your phone to be dying, especially I can't deal with the girls that are like, my phone is dead. I'm like, girl, how do you not have a portable charger? Have a portable charger with you all times. I always give out my portable charger to all my friends. Making sure your phone doesn't die. If you have a purse or you have a bag, make sure to put it crossbody. And in Europe, you can wear heels if you want to go out, but a lot of the times it's cobblestones. The girls don't really wear a lot of heels. Here in Paris, it's a little different because it's more of a city, so I guess you could wear heels, but you know, you don't have to wear heels if you don't want to because it can get uncomfortable. And if you want to run, you can't run in heels. But yeah, I think that's what I would say. I think it also helps to, I mean, Airbnb is definitely safe, but I think it is a little safer to be staying at like hotels, like even hostels, because at least there's like, you know, kind of like a front desk. There's like a community like of people. So I don't know. I would just be careful with stuff like that. Always be aware of your surroundings. Always be looking around. If you're solo traveling, don't wear anything too expensive. Like nothing too flashy with big logos. And I think that you'll be fine. As long as you're being safe about it, you have street smarts, you'll be good, girl. This episode is sponsored by Prose. No one has hair like yours, so why would you want to settle for a mass-produced one-size-fits-all hair care? Personally, I would love to improve my overall shine of my hair. Since making the switch to made-to-order hair care with Prose, I can honestly say I've never been more in love with my hair. Prose makes custom hair that's effective because the formulas are actually made to order for your unique needs. Using natural, sustainably sourced ingredients with proven results, Prose customizes every product in your routine from shampoo to supplements. First, Prose starts by asking you about your hair goals, like shininess. Their in-depth consultation also asks you about you as a person. Prose asks me really like unexpected things like what's the density of my hair and my hair genetics. Next, Prose analyzed all my answers and handpicked clean, sustainably sourced ingredients to help me reach my hair goals. I use the custom shampoo and conditioner, and as a carbon neutral certified B Corp, Prose is an industry leader in clean and responsible beauty. All these ingredients are sustainably sourced, ethically gathered, and cruelty-free. They're also the first custom beauty brand to go carbon neutral. So if you're not 100% positive Prose is the best hair care you've tried, they'll also take products back with no questions asked. Custom made-to-order hair care with Prose is the key to achieving all your hair goals this year. Take your free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order today. Go to prose.com/girltalk. That's prose.com/girltalk for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off.
Say my name when you go in it. 3 times like you're superstitious.
Next one, someone said, should I be in a situationship with my ex? Girl, no. No, they're your ex for a reason, girl. What the fuck kind of question is that? Next up, what is your go-to music playlist while traveling? Just like pre-game playlist for the girlies. I think that's what it's called on Spotify. Next up, someone said how to travel internationally on a budget. So my brother actually did this, and he spent like $2,000 for his whole trip, a whole month in Europe, and he was like going out and about. Him and his friends, it does help to actually go with a group because then you're able to split things. But him and his friends, they were staying at hostels, they were taking the train. Stuff like this can really like lower your budget, and Europe is really not that expensive for like traveling and getting place to place. As long as you're like, you could be bougie on a budget, girl. Just don't post your hostel or don't post your hotel. Why do people get like such crazy expensive hotels? They will never understand. Even just like first class flights, I'm like, I will never understand. Girl, catch me with my Chanel bag in the fucking back of the fucking plane, because why would you spend $5,000 on a flight when we're gonna get there the exact same fucking time? I don't know. Like sometimes I'll be like, treat yourself, you know. I get my points and stuff like that, so I will upgrade if I have my points. But I'm like, girl, if you're spending $5,000 on a fucking flight that's like, I don't know how many hours compared to like, you know, maybe spending like a little extra money on, you know, activities and going out and, you know, cafes and experiencing the city. I don't know. I will never understand. Even just like the hotel, I will never understand people who get like, I mean, hey, I do it too. Okay. Don't be, I know I'm a little bit of a hypocrite, but I will never understand people who do really crazy expensive hotels, like expensive, crazy resorts. Hey, yeah, it's really fun to stay at the resort, but if you're going to be in a city, I really think that you should just like explore the city. I don't know. That's, at least for me, how I have the most fun. Some people, when they think of vacation, they think of just like staying at the resort the whole time, which is totally fine. Do whatever you got to do to have fun, girl. But I would rather save the money on a flight, save the money on a hotel, and really just like go out and like experience the city. Which that is what my brother did. It also does help to book your flights in advance, book your trains in advance. You will get it so much cheaper. Girl, for Tokyo, I think me and Andre and Savannah, we all booked our flights for $800 round trip. So $400 there, $400 back from LA to Tokyo. Is literally like a 10-hour flight, $800 round trip, which is a really, really, really good deal. The week of, I think flights were looking at around like $2,000, $3,000 for economy, not even first class. I was looking, first class was like fucking like $15,000, and I was like, whoa, girl. But you know what's crazy? I literally, because I think Air Canada connects to Singapore Airlines, so I used my points to upgrade, and I literally got first class for like $800 round trip, bitch. I mean, I got first class on the way back there, and then I did regular economy on the way back. But what the fuck? Collect your points, girl. Collect the points. Make sure that you always have the point system, whatever it is, Air Canada, Air France, whatever it is. Always collect the points, because you never know. You might get upgraded. If you ask and be like, hey, like I'm a very loyal customer. Like, do you have any free upgrades? You never know. Just ask. But travel tips, if you're on a budget, I think those are some good ones. Always, I mean, don't get stuck in the tourist traps, because I feel like I used to do that. I used to like go out with my family or travel with my family. We get stuck in the tourist traps. Like my first time visiting Paris, I felt like I was kind of disappointed, because I was like, you know, I got stuck in the tourist traps. But really do your research. Like watch some Paris vlogs, watch some Paris TikToks, figure out like, do you want to take a cooking class? Maybe like a cooking class on Airbnb? Do you want to do like, don't just do all of the touristy stuff. Like do stuff that's different that you can't do at home. I don't know. Because a lot of the times it's not even the expensive stuff that you really remember. It's like the $30 cooking class that, you know, was all day and you made friends and like you had such a great time. Those are the memories that you will have forever. So It's not about how much money you spend. It's about how much research you do. I don't know. That's why I think it's worth it to buy like a $10 itinerary off of Etsy and stuff like that. Next one said, do you prefer packing light when going out? Yes. Especially if you're going to be in Europe, make sure that you pack light because of the cobblestones, the stairs, girl. It's a lot. When I came here for Italy, I only brought a little carry-on, and I'm so glad I did, because if I brought a big suitcase, overweight suitcase, it would have been miserable. The cobblestones, it's hard to drag. It's like going up the stairs, millions of stairs, girl. It's hard. So definitely make sure to pack light. Nobody's going to care if you rewear outfits, and like, be so fucking for real right now. If you saw something cute, you're going to buy a cute outfit there. You know what I mean? If you're really desperate, you're probably going to buy an outfit there. Don't even bother packing heels. Pack, your essentials. No one's going to judge you if you wear the same bathing suit or same outfit like 3 days in a row. Just take pictures in different outfits, you don't have to take a picture every day. And I don't know. Next person said, are you planning on coming back to Greece? Yes, I want to go to Mykonos so bad. I'm missing Mykonos. Someone said traveling with a dog. It actually is pretty easy traveling with a dog here. They could go on the trains a lot of the times. Just make sure that you do your research online. But yeah, it's really easy, and I love traveling with Blue. I really want to take her to Italy. I think that would be so fun. But I'm actually a little nervous to leave her, because I have to do the research because she has these papers to be in France. I'm like, if I leave with her and then I come back, like, are they going to have to look at her papers? I don't know. Next person said, have you been judged for speaking English in France? Yes, 100%. There was like times where I was like talking to the UPS driver, and he would literally like yell at me, and I literally cried after, because he was like upset that I didn't speak fluent French. And I was like, I'm sorry, like, I'm learning. And he was like, ugh, like, French people are just like that. And a lot of people are like, oh, some people go to Paris and they feel disappointed, and they're like, Paris isn't what people make it out to be, and they just romanticize it. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Actually, my first time going to Paris, I think I was a little disappointed, but it's a type of city. It's kind of like New York, where it's like, it's a big city, like there's so many things happening, people speak the language, whatever. And it is hard to get around when you don't speak the language, but you just have to do your research. A lot of the times in the touristy spots, everybody speaks English. You should be fine. And just be nice. I don't know what to say. I used to, romanticize Paris so much and be like, this is like the city of love. And it's the city of like, the Eiffel Tower, and I've romanticized it for so long, and when I move there, I'm going to be happy. And then I came here and I was like, fuck this shit. People are so fucking rude, and people are so mean, and they hate you when you don't speak French. And there was like moments where I was like, fuck this. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't think that cities are necessarily like that. Like, yeah, I can romanticize the city and be like, when I move there, when I go there, I'm going to be so happy. But I don't think life is like that. I used to be like, oh, people here, I romanticize it, and they must be so happy here, and it's the city of love and whatever. But no city is going to be like that. Like, no city is going to be 100% happy. It's just like life. Like, in life, you will never be 100% happy, and you can romanticize your life all you want, but you're going to have like shitty days. And people in Paris have shitty days, and then there's moments that make it all worth it, and you have like these memorable moments and these memorable nights, and these memories that you'll stay forever, and you can really romanticize the city and look back. And I don't know, I think that this city is just what you make it. It could be shitty, and it could be an awful experience, or you can romanticize it. You could have a good day and meet great people and attract people of the same energy and with a high energy. And I don't know. I think that's just the way that I think of it. Because I was like, if I move here, I'm going to be so happy because I could travel everywhere. But people are fucking mean, and not every day is going to be good. And there's going to be days where I'm going to cry because I can't fucking speak French, and I go to my fucking tutor lessons and I don't understand anything. But then there's moments where I'm like, aha, okay, I get it. I understand. And I can speak to my Uber in French, and I can order my food in French, and I can get by in French. So I think it's all a learning process, and sometimes it can be really discouraging, but at the end, you'll know that it's worth it. I promise. Someone said, would you be with a man that doesn't want to get married because of the outcomes of divorce? Hell no. What kind of a question is that? I feel like that is like the same as asking, would you be with a man that doesn't want to give you flowers because they're going to die anyway? No. Like, I don't know. I feel like I think I just grew up romanticizing the Disney princesses, and I thought that's how I was gonna be, and it was gonna be a perfect marriage. And then like my parents got divorced, and I'm like, fuck, do I even believe in love? Like, fuck this, I don't even think I'm gonna get married. And now I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna live my life and not have any fears about, shit like this. Like, yeah, divorce rates are 50%, and yeah, a lot of people get divorced, but just get a fucking prenup. Like, the fuck? Like, I don't know. I think that if it makes you happy, and if like having, a party and, showing, I don't know, and like getting the ring, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, most people get divorced, but it's fun. And like, I'm not gonna hold back my life because 50% of people get divorced. I'm not gonna hold back my life and not get married because, a lot of people get divorced. I'm gonna fucking live my life. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm not going to hold back on like my childhood fantasies of like being a princess and getting married with the perfect man. And like, you know what? If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It sucks. Like, that's just life. But if I'm going to live life, I'm going to fucking live it to the fullest. And hey, like, if it doesn't work out, I had one hell of a ride. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to have one hell of a ride. That's what I always tell myself with YouTube. I'm like, you know what? Maybe, YouTube won't last forever. People would always say that to me, especially when I started when I was 13 years old. They're like, YouTube isn't going to be there around for you forever. And I'm like, well, it's like 10 plus years later, here I am in Paris. Like, what the fuck? Like, I have a podcast. I didn't even know that I would ever have a podcast. Like, social media didn't even exist like almost like 25 like plus years ago. Like, it's so crazy. So people are always like, oh, YouTube isn't going to be around forever. And I'm like, you know what? If YouTube isn't around forever, I don't care, because I've had one hell of a ride, and I've had one hell of a journey, and like from like the VidCons and the meet and greets and like meeting people and like really touching with people that I've never even met before, and like connecting with people that I've never even met before. It was all worth it, Maybe I won't have a job in 10 years, but who gives a fuck? Because I had one hell of a fucking ride. That's just the way that I like to look at life right now, because there's no security in anything, really. People say that corporate 9-to-5 jobs are secure, but they're really not. You hear about people getting laid off. You hear about, people who've been in a relationship for 10 plus years, they break up. Like, there's no security in anything anymore. So who gives a fuck? I don't know. I think I'm just at a point in my life where I'm like, I'm so over having anxiety about shit, about my job, about my relationships, about, getting married, about having kids, about doing this, about doing that, and all these expectations. But fuck that. Like, I'm going to live the life that I want to live. And if it doesn't work out, hey, I had one hell of a ride, and I had the most fun that I possibly could have. And I wasn't stressing about it, and I didn't have anxiety about it, because no matter if I have anxiety about it, it's going to happen no matter what. So fuck that. If you want to get married, girl, get fucking married. Leave that man, because I'm sure. Let me look at your profile. Let me look at it. That is so tragic, because she is so gorgeous. What the fuck? Girl. I hope that you're listening to this episode, but I just want to say you're fucking gorgeous. I'm not going to say your name because it's anonymous, but you're fucking gorgeous. There's so many men that would be on their hands and fucking knees to be your husband. If you want to get married, leave that man, okay? Do whatever you want. Who gives a fuck if divorce rate is high, and who gives a fuck if maybe your job isn't secure, and who gives a fuck if, you want to do XYZ and it doesn't make sense? Who gives a fuck? This is your life. You're not meant to live for anybody else. You're meant to live for you. So make sure that you live for you. Make sure at the end of the day, when you're 90 years old, are you going to look back at your life and be like, damn, I listened to all those people, and the one person that I did not listen to was myself. Listen to yourself, okay? Listen to your gut. You have a calling in life, and your calling is not work. Because that's what I used to think. I used to be like, oh, my calling is to like work and make lots of money and blah, 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 blah. That's not your calling in life, because society tells you your calling in life is to be happy. And think of the things that when you were a child, what are the things that you've always wanted to do? For me, it was moving to Paris, living in Paris, having a dog. For me, my childhood dream was to go to Disneyland. My childhood dream was to have a Victoria's Secret backpack. Think of it. What's the thing that you've always wanted to do ever since you were a child? Do that shit. It's your calling in life, and do things that make you happy. I don't know. I think I'm just really passionate about this question, because I feel like I used to think like, Love doesn't exist. Like, do I even want to get married? It'll just be a waste of money. Like, blah, 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 blah. C'est la vie. That's life. Who cares? And then I think this will be the last question. Someone said, what are your travel essentials? Not like the basic, obvious ones, but like travel essentials that you want to bring with you. Number 1, portable charger. Always make sure you have a portable charger. 2, a phone charger. 3, a converter if you have one, or if there's different outlets here. Because I fucking forgot my converter and it was like $30 for a new one. Make sure you have your wallet, of course. Make sure you have headphones. Girl, when I tell you, headphones will make or break your fucking travel experience, because I would even talk to my sister. She's like, I fucking hate the bus. Like, there's always babies crying on the bus. And I'm like, Celeste, I'm going to buy you some good headphones and it will change your fucking life. So I literally bought her these like Bose noise canceling headphones. She texted me the other day and she's like, Adeline, thank you so much. This is literally the best gift I've ever had. Like, I always take the bus and like now I can just like tune out all the babies and like the crying babies. And I'm like, yes, girl, like headphones or even just like the earphones make or break your fucking trip. I swear. I had a crying baby on my plane and I didn't even hear it because I was just blasting my music or I download YouTube videos, download Netflix, whatever. So make sure you have your headphones, earphones. Make sure that you have a little bit of cash. Don't carry a lot of cash, okay? Because I saw a TikTok and she was like, oh my God, someone stole like $1,000 from me. Why do you need $1,000? What are you going to buy for $1,000? You don't need $1,000 in cash, okay? Go to the ATM. Take out maybe like $50 to $100 max. Okay. Don't be carrying around a lot of cash. You're literally making yourself like a fucking target by doing that. Don't carry around a lot of cash. If you run out of cash, go to an ATM, take out more cash. Okay. People are like, oh, but the fees are going to be, more expensive than not at the airport. What are you going to say? $2? $2, bitch. Okay. Spend the extra $2 to go to an ATM outside if you run out of cash. Okay. Don't be walking around with $1,000 because it's going to suck if someone takes it from you and then you're broke the rest of the trip. You know what I mean? What else? I would say if you're traveling alone, don't carry any expensive bags or anything that's super flashy or crazy. You don't need to pack a lot. Rewear your outfits, but your contacts, don't forget your contacts. If you can't see like me, you're blind. Your glasses, underwear, socks, deodorant, girl. Sunscreen, I forgot that. You can pack a toothbrush. A lot of the time the Airbnb or the hotels will have a toothbrush anyway though. So don't sweat it if you forget it. I think that's it. As long as you have your passport and your money and your phone and a charger, I think that you're good. Everything else can be replaced. You got this, girl. Don't take out a lot of cash. Don't do that. Because I swear, people will like wait at the ATMs at the airport because they know that people will take out cash. And you have the little white envelope and you're a Target girl. Don't be taking out a lot of money at the airport. And don't wear like a backpack, that's like a designer backpack. And then you wear it on your back. Like, of course, people are going to go to the back and then unzip it and get your shit, Make sure you have like maybe a crossbody or like one that goes under your arm, like a baguette bag. Zip that shit up, hold it. Don't be putting it in the back. If it's crowded, hold on to your purse. Shit like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode about solo travel and my experience in south of France. It was so much fun. If you ever get the chance to do a solo travel, whether it's something crazy like the south of France, whether it's something little like a little road trip to Niagara Falls from Toronto, who knows? I 100% recommend doing a solo trip. You'll learn so much about yourself and it's so fun. Solo travel is so fun because when you're with someone, you're like, you make these plans. Oh, we're going to go to Carrette to get the hot chocolate, the famous thing in the morning. And then we're going to take the train and do this and do this. Me and my girlfriend from the other day in the south of France, she had her train. She just missed it because she was like, I would rather just sleep in and stay here. You could do whatever you want when you travel by yourself. You could be like, I don't feel like that anymore. I'm just going to do this. Or, I actually feel like I'm going to stick with these people. Or, you meet people, you make friends, you go out, whatever. Just be safe. I love you. be aware of your surroundings. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you're listening to this on YouTube, let me know any questions you guys have with Girl Talk. And if you have any questions, I'm always here. Always DM me on my spam account. It's not Adeline on Instagram. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, make sure to rate this podcast 5 stars. It helps me a lot. You have no idea how much it helps me. It helps me a lot. But I love you guys. Talk to you next time every Wednesday. Same place, same time. I'm always here if you need to talk. Love you guys. Bye. Did you like that episode? I really hope that you did. If you haven't already, then make sure to watch last week's episode or the week after. Just click on the links, whatever it is. And I hope that you guys enjoyed. Also, be sure to subscribe because it helps me a lot. But I love you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.
Feel it rush, sipping on Hawaiian punch. Squeeze the sides, feel it rush, sipping on Hawaiian punch. Know you like all this gush? Oh no, you can't get enough. Sipping on Hawaiian.